Hi, I'm going to show you how to use the Canvas to do your online classes. Okay, I have two online classes. I'm showing you Chem 121. If you're in Biology 150, works the same. I'll probably whip between the two of them. But again, just want to show you how this class is going to work. Okay, the way the classes work set up is this is the home page. So you've got the syllabus here. And if you want to look at that, you can go through it. I didn't run, again, you don't have to run off a copy, but anytime you need to look at things, you see this over here, this will download it. If you click on here, it'll actually show it to you. So it's right there. Okay. So you can go through it if you want or whatever. But again, if you want to download it here, if you just want to look at it on your screen, do that. Okay. So you're in the class. And again, this is for biology and for chemistry. There's a couple assignments here. Everything's in modules. Modules is the way to go, you guys. Everything is set up in order in modules. Okay. There's an introduction. I have on both of them. There's a little video of me telling you what to do in here. And then there's a little one where you can put in your stuff. That's just kind of to start the class. But this video is under Introduction to Chem. And again, it'll give you all what you need to do, the instructions on how to take the class. Okay. If you look now, when you start to get into the modules, we start with chapter 1, and you can see there's a lab safety. Okay. Anytime there's a lab, it's actually done through a program called Labster. And you'll see it here. And what you have to do is you have to load the lab in a new window. Okay. And now this is an external site, you guys. This is done, like I said, through a program called Labster. I can go through them, but I don't have any, I can't change anything that's wrong with them or whatever. It's not up to me. But anyway, you'll go in here and it'll take you places. There's all kinds of stuff for you to do. There's something called a launch pad that gives you information. And again, it's like doing a lab. It's a simulated lab. Okay. I'm going to quit that right now because we don't, but anyway, if you're going to do your Labster, it's going to take you about 45 minutes to an hour to do one. Okay, this is in place of lab. And the other thing to remember is you have to do it on a computer. If you try to do it on a phone or like a tablet, it's not going to work. So always make sure you do it on a computer. Okay. All right. So then again, I'd go back to my modules. Okay, you can see that lab safety one is the very first one. And every assignment has a due date. So you can see September 3rd. Okay, so I'm going to go into my first lecture. All right. Now, what you'll find if you click on these is you'll find me. What I've done is I've recorded every single one of the lectures. And I don't want to talk to myself. But anyway, I'm here. And then there's a PowerPoint and it has all the information. But instead of just having you read through the PowerPoint, I go through it with you and give you extra information or whatever. If you want to download the PowerPoint before you take the notes, it's at the last, whatever is the last section. Okay. But anyway, they're never more than 15 minutes. Okay. And you can go there and again, that's the first part. Maybe it might be part 1 or part 2. I'm not sure. Anyway, after you get done with that, then you're going to have some sort of assignment. Okay. In this case, you're going to download. And again, if you don't have a printer or you don't have to download it, you can look at it like this. What it'll do is it'll give you the assignment. Okay. And then you can fill this in and send it back to me. You can write it down on paper and scan it, whatever works for you. But I have it set up so that you can send it back to me. I will make corrections and send it back to you. Okay. So every module, after every lecture, there's going to be an assignment. So again, you can do it that way or you can download it either way. And then when you're done, you just, you can submit a text entry or a file upload. So you can send it back to me. Okay. Done with that, you move on to the next part. And this one's a quiz. Okay. Whenever you take a quiz or a test, they're always timed. The reason for that is if I let you have all the time in the world, you'll just look everything up on Google. And honestly, guys, I don't really care about your Google research skills. I mean, I'm sure you're very good at it. But I want to know what you know. I don't want to know how well you can use Google. So everything is timed. So be careful of that. Make sure you'll do your quiz. It will record. Unfortunately, you don't get your right answers because what I had in the past is people would take the quiz, they'd write down the right answers, and then they'd give them to other people. So you don't know the right answers. And again, there's nothing I can do about that. I'm really sorry. Okay, so you take your quiz, then you move on to the next one. And again, here's part 2. And again, that's going to be me going blah, 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 blah. And then your next assignment. Okay, here's an assignment. And again, this is one you can either download or you can see it's stuff like this. You can send it back to me or whatever. You can download it, do it, send it back to me, or you can just, write down on paper, whatever works for you. If you're having troubles with that, you got to let me know and I'll take care of it. Okay. So then again, you just keep moving on to the next one, and it gives you, here's another quiz. Okay. And then this is the end. Okay. So remember I said, if you want to download it ahead of time, you can do that. Here's the PowerPoint. I actually have it all set up here. So the last part, chapter 1 is in 3 parts, 1, 2, and 3. When you go to the last part, then what you can do is you'll see, of course it takes forever, but oh, you know what, I'm going to stop that because it is going to take forever. Oh, I say that and then it starts to pop up. But this is the PowerPoint. Again, when I'm doing my notes, if you want this ahead of time, you can have it printed out. I would do like notes. Don't do it one slide because that takes forever as far as paper, but it's all in there. Okay. There's also some other things you'll see, like here. I have, this is for significant figures practice. Okay. So again, this is not an assignment. All right. This is just extra practice for you. And again, see, you can see scientific notation and significant figures. I just did some extra things for you. And again, it's a PowerPoint. You can do it whichever way you want, but it's there to help you. Okay. It's not an assignment. There's also another video I put in here going through more stuff, going through the material. So if you see stuff at the end, those are not assignments. Those are just things I added to help you out. Okay. So, I'm done with this. Now I go to the next one. Maybe, oh, wait, I'm in the middle of the way. Sorry. See, there's next. Okay. And then again, here's a little, I got to move myself around. Here's a little quiz. Okay. Again, the assignments all go in order. And then here's another lab. Okay. From Labster for you to do. Okay. Now you're probably done. Now you're done with chapter 1. Okay. If you go back to the modules, you'll also see there's due dates for everything. Okay. These are after we've been in class 2 weeks, we do that for chapter 1. Then we get into chapter 2. I gave you another week. Okay. And again, this is lecture. This is assignments. This is lecture. This is an assignment. Okay. And it keeps going on. And then you can see the due dates. Now, this is the last day I'll take it. It doesn't mean you have to wait till September 10th to take it. Okay. I also have to put in some assignments. I mean, some attendance for you. So my suggestion is don't wait till the last day to do everything. It's going to be really rough on you. Just keep up with your assignments and you'll be fine. And I have to look in and make sure you've done a couple assignments. If you've done a couple assignments every week, then you'll get full credit for your attendance. So again, don't wait till the last minute to do everything or you'll be stressing. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And then we got after this, then, you get done with this, then you have a review. And when we get to an end of a unit, there'll be a PowerPoint of me going through a review with you. Okay, here's a chapter 1 review, chapter 2 review. And again, these are just me. So if you click on them, it will go to a PowerPoint and it'll be me, telling, stuff to study. And the same thing with this one. So there's notes for you. Here it is, the PowerPoint without me talking. So you can do either or. Okay. And again, when you're done with that, and then it's time to take the test. Okay. Tests there's a time limit. Usually it opens on Monday and closes on Friday. Okay. And again, you've got a time limit. Your things are on there. If something comes up and let's say your internet goes out or something happens, you got to let me know. I can open it back up for you. But otherwise, that's the day it's due. And if you don't get it done by that day, you get a 0. So it's really important that you keep up with this stuff, okay? So again, it just goes in order, in order, in order, in order. Here's another one where here's part 1 of chapter 3. And again, this would be me talking. And I also put in a couple more videos that I found on YouTube that might help. You don't have to watch them. I mean, if you know how to balance equations, that's what this part's about, then move on. If you need some help, here's some extra stuff. So I always try to throw in a few extra tutorials and stuff to help you, okay? And it just keeps continuing that way. If, like I said, I did all that on chemistry, here's biology. Again, here's the syllabi, I guess, that's the way I should say it. And again, here's your modules, okay? You have it's set up the same way. Here's me lecturing, okay? And then you move on to the next thing. There's an assignment. Now the assignments are a little bit different for biology. They tend to be more watch a video and answer questions. There's not the problem solving, obviously, because it's, they're different entities as far as that. So, but again, there's going to be a discussion here, and you send me the answers to the questions. When you do a discussion, you cannot read anybody else's responses until you put yours in. Because again, I had people, they would read everybody else's and then just make it. So again, here's part 2. Again, when you get done watching me babble about stuff, then there's a videos. You're supposed to watch these 2 videos. And when I have videos in biology and chemistry, guys, they're usually never more than maybe 5 minutes. I don't ever expect you to watch like a 30-minute video. That's just crazy. I wouldn't watch a 30-minute video unless it was like, a TV show. But anyway, so you watch those 2 and then you tell me the differences. And again, you reply, send it in. Once I get that, I will go through it and then I'll give you your grading system. Okay. Where are we at time-wise? Okay. So, and again, when you get done with stuff, I'm going to go back to modules. When you get done with stuff, you always have to watch for your due dates. There's due dates everywhere. If I mess up on a due date, I'll try to fix it before you get to it. You guys also have the labs. Here's one on microscopes, okay? With Labster, you load microscopy in there. And again, it tells you the instructions. Here they say they recommend Firefox. You can use Chrome or Firefox, but you have to do it on a computer, you guys. Do not try to do it on your phone. It will not work, okay? And again, just follow the instructions. The first 1 or 2 that you do, you might have a little trouble with, but after that, you'll just get used to them and you'll be ready to rock and roll, okay? So that's, again, same thing as in chemistry. I'm just trying to show you the biology ones. And again, when you get down to the end of it, like when you get down to end of chapter 5, this is the last part. Again, here's the PowerPoint. If you want just the PowerPoint, because these are me going through the PowerPoint, so I'm going to talk through and give you more information. This is just the power itself. So if you want to, you can download that or whatever works for you, okay? And again, when it's test time, let's see, I should probably get to the module that has the test. There's going to be like some information to help you review. And let's get down to this one. Let's see, chapter 10. Okay, so there's a review sheet. I have some information. There's also this class meeting notes about test materials. This would have been when I did a tutorial. Well, I saved the notes and I put it in here. So again, you can look at it to use it for information. Okay, but your tests are, like I said, chemistry as well. They are timed. Okay, so once you start it, you cannot log out and log back in again. If you do that, you're done. So you need to make sure you get your test done during that time. And if you miss this due date, it's a 0 unless you get a hold of me and let me know what's going on. Okay, we can always, fix things. I can give you extra time if something comes up, but I have to know about it too. And I don't want to know it 2 weeks after it happened. I need to know right away. Usually I'll email you if you miss something, but again, just make sure you let me know what's going on. Okay, so again, biology and chemistry, they're set up the same way. You just follow the modules, do the assignments. Don't forget about your due dates. Okay, they're really important because if you miss a due date, you just get a 0. Okay, so, and I will go back after, like I'll go back on September 11th and I'll go back and I'll put zeros for everything that was due September 10th that wasn't done. Okay. I put attendance in once a week, and I'll usually put it in either Friday